So if you're thinking of moving to Dubai, one thing that's really important is being able to have a bank account open. Now, this is actually a challenge, surprisingly, for a lot of people. They come to Dubai, they try to set up a bank account, but unfortunately, it might take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months plus. I even have some people calling me to help them set up their bank accounts today, and they still haven't even gotten their bank accounts open after many months of attempting to do it on their own. Now, honestly, not even clear. There isn't a clear explanation to why, and there might be many different reasons why, but I'm here to tell you exactly how you can avoid having to have issues with your banking so that you can open your bank account seamlessly. So the first thing you need to know is, what kind of visa do you have? Do you have a golden visa? Do you have an employment visa? Do you have an investor visa? Do you have a partner visa? It really depends on the type of visa you have, because some of them will make it harder for you to get banking. For example, an investor visa may be harder for banking than if you just had a simple employment visa. The second thing is that some banks require a minimum deposit. So if you don't have this minimum deposit, it might make your process longer, or you might not just be able to even get a bank account in the first place. The next thing is that you need to have the proper documents when opening a bank account. So if you set up a company in the UAE, please make sure that whoever you set up your company with, for example, if it's us, we already provide this for you, but whoever you set up your company with helps you actually obtain these documents so that when you go for your banking, it'll make your life a lot easier. So simple documents like, of course, your passport, your ID, but you also might need bank statements from even your home country, depending on what kind of setup and structure your company in the UAE has. So of course, that's why it's really important to have the appropriate structure to make sure that you don't need to have all these crazy documents and you can just set up with the minimum required documents, because sometimes you might need to even show proof of income, and you might even need to show that you have a minimum balance in a bank in another country, which, you know, for you it might not make sense for why you would even need this, but that's why it's important to structure your company properly so that when you go for these banking appointments, you don't have to provide these, you know, extended documents, and you can just provide the basics, which should be, you know, enough to open your bank account and just make your life a lot easier. Because of course, if you're providing more documents, there's more documents to review, so you might even get rejected, or it might just take a lot longer. So again, guys, try to structure your company with the agency. Again, if it's us, we'll already do this for you perfectly the first time. You won't have to stress, and we'll direct you to the right banks the first time. You don't have to guess which one to go to. But again, if you're doing this with someone else, please ask them for guidance. Often a lot of other agencies, what they'll do is they'll try to upsell you banking services and charge you, you know, a lot more money for that, when, you know, it shouldn't really be that much effort. We include that in our service because it is very straightforward with our process. Now, as for the top banks in the UAE that I recommend, there are multiple different banks, and my personal favorite is Emirates NBD. Now, this is my favorite because we have an incredible process with them where we can open up bank accounts, personal in 1 day, even corporate very quickly as well. No crazy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 month wait. We can do this really fast. But for other people, like the guy that I just spoke to the other day, he called me, he said, hey, I've been trying to open a bank account, personal bank account with Emirates NBD for 6+ months. Can I get your help? So right now we're helping him open his bank account up. But you know, when you're doing things yourself and you might provide the wrong documents, or you might say something that's not the right thing to say, this might really increase the processing time for your banking, when it could literally take you only just 1 day. Now, the next thing you need to know if you want to open a bank account in the UAE easily is you need to have the right connections. So if you know the right bankers, they will make your life a lot easier. They will bump you ahead of the line instead of you waiting at the back of the line and just being forgotten about like you're in the Canadian healthcare system. This is not the ideal way to go about it when you want to open up a bank account. You want to get money as soon as possible, right? So you need to be at the front of that line, and you need to have the right connections to do so. So even if you don't use our services or another agency's service, a great method is to simply get in contact with these bankers, get to know them, and this will make your life a lot easier. But I know it kind of sounds crazy. You know, this might help you a lot down the line in terms of how quickly you can get your bank account open. And the last thing that I want to note is that if you're opening a bank account in the UAE, and for example, you have a free zone set up, it's extremely important to know what free zone you're in, okay? Yes, you can get your business license quickly, your employment visa quickly, potentially, of course, but are these free zones compatible with the major banks in the UAE? There are so many different free zones to choose from, and there are a lot that do not have good relationships with banks that you want to be banking with. So that's another really important thing to note. That's why we recommend to set up in Dubai, specifically in Dubai Silicon Oasis, so that your process can be very simple, smooth, and you don't have any issues once it comes to banking. Because yes, you might have your business license, your visa, but if you can't receive money, what kind of a business are you running? You're not running a business at all. So that's really important to know. Make sure that the free zone that you're setting up in is compatible with other banks, and if you're in the mainland, this would make it a lot easier for you. And one tip to add is, if you're in a free zone that is not really compatible with banks, something that can help you is having an office space in that free zone, whether it's a shared desk or it's a private desk office space in the free zone. This will definitely help you open up your bank account. But when we set up companies for all of our clients, this is already a part of their business license. So when they set up their company, they will have this included in their cost for the entire process. Banking will be handled for you as well, so that you don't have to stress to find the right banker, the right bank, the right contacts. And we definitely have it all covered for you. And if you want to move to the UAE, specifically to Dubai, in about 30 days from start to finish, when you have your bank accounts open, resident card, everything, then please feel free to book a call with us in the description down below or in the comment section. So if you enjoyed this video and you found these tips useful, please leave a like, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.